Common Sense Media activated.
You are now entering Dad Mode, a podcast with a dad's eye view. And we are your hosts, the Dad of Steel,
Mr. S. James.
and I'm your neighborhood friendly, amazing dad, Rich. And us. Yeah, this intro kind of got butchered, but it is what it is. I don't care. We're going to keep going.
Man. It's all right.
No, it's all good. How's everyone doing?
Everyone's doing fine here at Casa de James. James.
Yeah.
How about your house?
Oh, man, everybody's doing great. We are stuffed from this turkey that we had just had yesterday.
Did you actually stuff the turkey?
No, I didn't stuff the turkey. And we had chicken, too. Interesting. Turkey and chicken.
I've done
Good
that.
combination.
Yeah, I've done that. That's plenty of sleep that y'all are going to be having.
Or have you ever had a turducken?
Never
had that yet. Yeah,
no.
It doesn't sound too appetizing.
Can't say that I've done that one.
Yeah, it's all good. That's good. And then, so in this episode, we're going to talk about men's health and how it can affect us as dads. And of course, our experiences with men's health. You know, and what we want to do to make ourselves better for the long run and being dads. So,
and when we talk about health, we don't mean just physical. We mean mental too. So we're covering a spectrum. We talk about mental health quite a bit on WFS. So I kind of wanted to make sure we tap into that from dad's perspective as well.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, we all gotta be mentally stable when it comes to being dads and of course being human beings. Of course, so we don't want to go out there being crazy, out there just yelling at kids all the time.
Stress.
Do your homework. Okay, so eat food.
Listen to me. Soda. Listen.
Yeah, exactly. Or do the Homer Simpson. Why are you little?
Oh, choke him out.
Yeah, choke him out. Hey, I heard that he's not going to be doing that anymore, which is interesting. But
really?
I haven't seen it. Yeah, exactly.
I haven't watched Simpsons in a long time, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen any. Oh, well, we watched it the other day, but my daughter wanted to watch it, and I was kind of skeptical about it as far as if she could watch it, because I don't know what they were going to do. So I had her go back into the first episode on Disney Plus. You know, when it comes to the Christmas episode, I had her watch that. And if she's going to do it, she's going to do the whole thing, you know, watch it from the beginning all the way up to 34 seasons or whatever it is. So she can, you know, it's a lot of internet being wasted, but whatever. It is what it is. But yeah. So yeah, you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah, man. It was cool. Chilled with sister-in-laws. They're watching the parent-in-law's dogs. They've got like 4 of them. So they were watching them while they're out of town in Europe doing that thing. So that's pretty cool. Hung out over there. I smoked some turkey breast, and I could say that's the best smoke of turkey I've ever done. Hands down. Major difference in how I finished it off. I used pink butcher paper. And shout out to my man, Chris Ashley of the SMR podcast and Barbecue and Tech for telling me about it. I've seen plenty of people do it, you know, at barbecue places, right? But he actually explained it a couple times on SMR, of course, his barbecue podcast. And then, you know, one time I game with him and he was talking about it. And I was like, man, I got to get that. And so my wife bought it on a whim for me. And once the meat got to a point where it was like, you know, that nice brown on the outside, you take it, you wrap it. Don't put the paper on direct flame. Let's be clear. Yeah. It is paper. Okay. So, you know, it's barbecuing. It's slow cooking. So, you know, I got a little Weber kettle grill. So I have like fuel on both sides, the charcoal and lump charcoal and smoking woods, water pan in the middle, meat on top. So it's wrapped in butcher paper, butcher paper sitting right on top of where the water pan is. So
Man,
came out
that sounds
juicy,
good.
man. Before I wrapped
Ooh.
it, put a little butter on that bad boy and some little extra paprika on there, smoked paprika. Fire, son.
Man,
Smoked some
yeah.
redfish too, and I overcooked it a little bit, but the flavor was there. It was just a little too dry, little too dry, just a little, just enough to frustrate you. You know, it's like.
Then you got leftovers and you put it in the microwave and it's going to dry out even more.
Well, you
That
know the
sucks.
trick. I just take a little water spray bottle, spray the meat like that, keep it moist, and then I'll heat it up. Yeah. And just cover it.
That's
Cover it.
good.
You know what I mean? Like with a bowl or something.
I'm telling you, we're going to call you Edge Gordon. Going to Ramsay over there doing it, man. I like that.
Hey, man, when you live with a chef, you pick up a couple things.
Yeah, I know. That's the same. Me, I live with my mom for so many years. I picked up a lot of things, especially when it comes to preparing the turkey. I did that one year, like as far as straight up. I never cooked a turkey, and maybe like 3-4 years ago when my mom was here in Alaska with me, and she was like, "Oh yeah, go ahead and take out the carcass or whatever the guts or whatever there is inside, and neck bone and all that stuff."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm reaching in, and I'm like, "Oh my god, this is not good." Like, oh man, I feel bad for you, turkey. Just pull it out. It's like, oh, okay. And then of course I had my kids watching me do it, and they're just like freaked out. Like, what are you doing to that turkey? I'm like,
rather him than me.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what I want to give a shout out to my mom, man. Because I see she's been doing it for years, and she's one of the great cooks that I know. And she's in Texas now, and I miss her food so much.
Oh.
But hey, I'm gonna be down there in the next month, and I'm going to go ham, not just eat ham, go ham on her cooking. So
ham, turkey, and bologna on pumpernickel.
Yep. No. Exactly. But other than that, yeah,
terrible dad joke.
You got any shout outs or gratitude?
Before we get into the shout outs, I just wanted to ask, since we're on the topic of Thanksgiving, what is your particular role around Thanksgiving? Does it depend on like if you're doing the hosting or?
Yeah, and if I'm doing the hosting, then I'm doing the cooking too. So I'm doing all the, I'm cooking everything, the ham, the turkey, and I know I hosted it 1 year and I did a lot of that stuff. But of course, I have my mom help me out, because she wants to make sure her food's good too when she's eating it. So, but of course, I'm the dad that also loves to, or that likes to cut the turkey. And I had my dad's electric knife. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those back in the day. Had a little electric knife, and you cut it, and got to do that, and it was pretty cool. So, but yeah, that's what. And I'm just that dad that just likes to be the host of everything. Be the people, put everybody together, and of course, when they come to my house or whatever, just I'm the guy that makes the prayer over the food and make everything good. What about you? What kind of dad are you?
These days, I usually smoke a meat. That's kind of become the tradition. I bring something smoked to the table. I've gotten better at it. Still not great, but I've gotten a lot better. So I was really pleased with the way the turkey breast came out this year. They weren't dry whatsoever. Also, I just kind of keep the kids out of the way. My wife will do the majority. She'll cook a lot of sides. Like, we're big on vegetables here. So, we always are the ones that are bringing vegetables. We'll do like the potatoes and things like that too. But I just try to keep the kids aside, let her do her thing, do some taste testing, do a little bit of smoking, if we're hosting, then if she's doing a lot of cooking, I'm cleaning and I'm organizing the minions, and saying, hey, you guys, make sure you empty the trash bags and clean up your, you know what I mean? Like all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my role if we're hosting.
No, that's cool. And that's what, at least for me, I try to get out the way, but then when the food calls my name, I got to go in there and check it out. Like, oh,
it's business.
What you got over there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, you got the collard greens going, and see, you got the mash, and okay. But what is the in your household the main meals, like, or the main food that y'all got there? Is it the same traditional mashed potatoes,
Got
mac and cheese,
turkey, mashed
turkey?
potatoes. My wife always makes spinach souffle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. We always do an experimental meat. Like we always have like turkey, and then this year it was fish on the side. We've done chicken. I've done lamb. So there's always like turkey plus a different meat because we don't really eat pork like that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not a ham. Uh,
Okay.
it'll be sometimes like a steaks or a London broil. And I say experimental. It's not like we're going and getting like antelope serving that at
Scallops. Scallops.
Yeah,
like-
but yeah, exactly. Just something complimentary that's not turkey for people that are like, man, don't really want turkey. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah,
everybody's huge
no.
on turkey, so we always try to bring a little something different to the table.
Yeah, turkey.
Scallops would be something small because that would be more like me and wifey and a few other people.
Yeah.
So you got to do something that's more universal: a chicken, a beef, a duck.
Yeah, a brisket. Ooh, that sounds good.
Brisket wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, got coworkers asking for that. Can you get it? Yeah, my job, I have to go get turkeys and hams for all the employees.
Mhm.
And so again, we only give one or the other. So of course, a lot of individuals, they'll choose the ham instead of turkey because one, by the time we get the turkeys, they already got their turkeys, especially the size that they wanted. We usually get like the 20-pound turkeys, which is good enough for me and my week-long leftovers, where some people may need like a 25 or a 30. It's like, well, I ain't paying no 40, $50 pot for turkeys. So yeah, oof. I mean, turkey can be it could be a long, drawn out food. And I know parents and individuals out there like to make all kinds of different variations of that leftover turkey. So, one would be turkey soup or turkey sandwiches, mayo. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's I'm trying to do it. But no, this year we had chicken instead of turkey at my mom-in-law's house. And, it was good. It was just, compared to having a big, because there wasn't a lot of people there. So we didn't want to get like a big, gigantic turkey. And especially being that turkey can it's just those two at the house. And we had, there were some other individuals that were there too, nieces and nephews and all that. So, but yeah, that's what I did. We got to watch some football, got to watch my Hawks get pummeled, which sucked, but it is what it is. It's another day.
Man, the Cowboys pummeled the Redskins, the team I can't stand the most. It was beautiful.
Ooh, you said the Redskins?
Sorry, the Commanders.
Ooh.
Man, I didn't even think about it. Yeah.
I'm just messing.
As soon as you said it, I went, wait, hold on. He's right.
They look good. And then we got to go there next week.
It's the Commanders, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So... I'm not putting too much stock in it. I mean, your divisional games are usually the tougher games, but we're not going to go into dad mode sports here. We'll steer away from that.
Well, yeah. Other than that, let's get this show on the road with our
man.
topic.
So you said you mentioned shout outs real quick. You got anything?
Yeah. Oh, but yeah. Just mainly just shout out to the families. When it comes to this holiday, it's family. And just being there with your family as much as you can, because you never know what's going to happen. So just continue to be there, be around your family. Of course, be around friends. That'd be nice too. But definitely be around your family. Because like I said, you never know what's going to happen, and just that should be everybody's thing going. At least just around the holidays, is being around their family. So I'm thankful for my family for letting me. Yeah, exactly. I'm thankful for my family I have here, like Texas, you guys, friends around everywhere, just thankful for everybody. But yeah.
I'm going to piggyback off of that and say same thing, man. Family, finish the year strong with family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. Yep. Shout out to all my family, friends, our listeners, those who are supporting us. So we're very grateful for y'all lending your ears to us and your hearts and your minds and your time. Can't get time back.
Exactly. No, exactly.
Not get time back. So.
Yep. And so that's that time though. You wish you can get it back. Like, can I get a refund? Get my time I wasted.
But I've got plenty of those.
But yeah, that's all good. But so I got a little dadism for you. and
Okay.
it's talking about the health factor. And Dad-ism I came up with was diet, exercise, and common sense. And so
Break that down for me.
basically, yeah, so basically, you got when it comes to diet, you got to make sure you have a good diet. You can't just be eating everything that you want to eat. You got to be careful what you eat. Yeah, so make sure you have, and you stay to that diet. You don't just, if you go off a diet, okay, cool. It is what it is, but just continue to stay with that diet so that you can be healthy and so you can make sure that you are able to be there for, to where whatever you eat, just make sure you eat the right things and not just eat all the junk and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then of course, exercising. You got to exercise. And I know for me, I don't exercise that much. At least I didn't, at least recently, but now I'm starting to go to the gym a lot more and it feels good. It makes your body feel good. And of course that's just, that's just basically what it is. And, just making your body feel right and get your heart rate up. And, you don't want to get up into the 50s and have a bad body. You want to have you want to be there for your kids. And especially, today I went to the gym with my kid and yeah, I'm surprised that, he's really good. And for me, I was like, oh my goodness, my legs are sore and just, okay, let me get my body right before I go to the court next time.
Yeah, man.
And then of course, common sense. Common sense, just make sure you're not eating the worst things. Like, you can have candy here and there, but don't just like sit on the couch and eat a whole 32-ounce bag of Skittles. Because that's not good for you. You want to be like
donuts.
Yeah, donuts.
Can I get those?
And yeah, exactly. And so that was one thing that I had in my common sense mind because my job had provided some donuts, and with these donuts they are different types of donuts. So I don't know if you guys have a donut shop down there where they put like all kinds of weird stuff on it.
Oh yeah, we got a couple of those like duck donuts. Yeah.
Yeah, and so one donut they had it was a maple bacon donut. I was like, oh, that looks good.
Bacon
but
in
my
the
common
sun.
sense says don't eat that because that's not good for you. And so, that's just about a little Dad-ism for this episode.
I like that, diet, exercise, and let's be clear for the listeners who are saying like, wait, you want me to go on a diet? No. We're not saying, unless that's what your doctor tells you.
I know who you are. Yeah.
Right?
You probably are already dieting.
We're saying just watch what you eat, and be mindful of the things that you're putting into your body. I'm not a doctor. He's not a doctor. Yeah, we're not physicians, whatever. None of those things. Trust the advice of your doctor, and your body types and what you can handle better than we can. All we're saying is, hey, just be careful what you eat. Like you were saying, man, sitting on the couch, eating a bag of donuts or a box of donuts, washing it down with a root beer and chasing it with, shots of vodka is probably not going to give you
vodka though. Couldn't put no whiskey in there. Like,
that's probably not going to be the best lifestyle choice for most.
Yeah,
some can do it when they're in their young teen, their late teens, early 20s, and they're partying, maybe well into your early 30s. But your body will start letting you know this ain't it. This ain't it.
Exactly. And so I know there was a question I was going to ask you. So when you became a father, or at least in the earlier stages, like what was your healthy lifestyle like during that time? You remember?
Yeah. I have had a home gym since 2009-ish, maybe 10. I think it was 2009. But that said, I wasn't exercising then like I am now. And that's not to say that I'm doing it more or less. I'm doing it differently, and I'm doing it consistently. Yeah. So like I was concerned with trying to look good and get muscles and stuff, and not always doing the right things for my diet. You know what I mean? And then when my first child came around, I just wanted to be able to play with her. So I would go do walks and I'd work out. Like I lifted weights often enough and things of that nature, go play a little ball when I could, but mainly just walking and lifting.
Yeah.
I don't do much running. The only running I really did is when I played flag football. So that was kind of my health. Now, fast forward, at the start of the pandemic is when I would say that I got strictly consistent. But we could talk about that a little bit more later as we progress. But
yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I mean, earlier, it was not so good because I was busy with the kids. So it was just more of just making sure that they were taken care of. And then, of course, there were sleepless nights during those times.
Oh, yeah.
So, of course, that's not healthy, but you can't control it. So there's not much you can do about it, as long as you at least try to at least attempt to schedule your children to go to sleep at certain times. And, unless you want to take the kids to the newborns to the gym or wherever. But yeah, I mean, that is a good idea, at least to have a home gym, just so that
you can afford it.
Yeah, exactly.
Space for it.
Exactly. Yep. If you're sitting there rocking the baby while doing curls, that's cool. But I think the thing is having a mindset to be healthy compared to just having excuses. And a lot of people, at least myself, I always had the excuses when I didn't need to have the excuse. It was just more of I just need to look out for my body a lot more, because my body's not going to be in this shape forever. As far as not now, but at that time I was thinking that it's not going to be in that shape forever. So I got to either keep that shape that I can or let it go. Hence the word dad bod. That's where it came from. It's just crazy. But yeah, other than that, earlier in the years, it was, and that's one thing that they mentioned that they say is like during the first few years of existence of being a father, you can gain a lot of weight. So as long as
people always talk about the moms gaining weight, but the dads do it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
And that's something that I didn't realize until seeing the experiences of people, and hearing the experiences of people, seeing that they are gaining weight and getting, to where it's like, oh man, how come you gain so much weight? Just haven't had time. It's like, well, okay, man, I get that, because I'm a father too, and I have to take care of my body. So,
in order to force myself to get the exercise that I wanted, and this is when we lived on the other side of the town in my old house, I would get up at 4 something in the morning to exercise. But the thing is, that was at the expense at times of sleep. Yeah. So there was nights where I wasn't getting good sleep, 4 to maybe 6 hours top, which for me, 6 hours is about my preferred minimum. I could function off 5, but I'm not going to be great. 6 is pretty borderline. 7 is like ideal sleep, and 8's like, oh, I got 8. Cool.
Yeah.
Anything north of 8 is just like, wow, I got extra sleep. But 7 is usually like the ideal amount of time. I say all that is because, I was thinking, well, I'm young, I'm healthy, I lift weights, I get up, I exercise, but as you get older, you have to really factor in that sleep factor. We keep mentioning that because that contributes to both physical and mental health.
Yeah, exactly.
We as parents, we work, right? A lot of us, most of us, we work. And it's more commonplace now for both parents to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that's so true.
What was it? I think they called it back in the day, the nuclear family, right? Where it's like, pretty sure it's like mom is the stay-at-home mom, or maybe the nuclear family is mom works. You know what? There's this thing called the internet in front of me. You ever heard of it?
Google. Yeah, I think so.
I
all
serve
too often.
is duck, duck, go.
Yeah, exactly. And
So the nuclear family, according to a quick Google search, is see, I said it. A web search is a family unit consisting of a mother and father and their children. Okay, so yeah, I guess it doesn't really specify here. But my point is, back in the old days, mom was the homemaker typically and didn't work, whereas now moms work just as much as the dad,
Mm-hmm.
if not more. Sometimes mom is the breadwinner. A lot of times mom is the breadwinner and dad is not. So that's kind of a cultural shift for America in general.
Yeah, both me and the wife work. So, that's we fit in that category, get into that category. And I think, when it comes to being healthy, we have to both, take care of our own bodies and make it, it affects us. It affects us as parents and as, especially dads when it comes to being able to do a lot with our families. And, I know, I remember, we read this article when it comes to the 5 most common men's health problems. And, one of the things it said was like being tired all the time. And I was like, I can see that because there are times when I am like literally tired all the time and I don't know what is going on. And I don't know. And when it comes to where I'm at when I'm tired, if I'm at work, like I'll be at work and I look at a computer all day looking at spreadsheets and I'm just like, dip, so this is just not so good. Or if I'm watching a movie with the kids, with the family, and it's a funny movie, but then like 10 minutes in, I'm like dozing off and passed out.
It's
and
real.
It's just, and you see that. And every time I think about that, I see, I think maybe you sent this meme to me, or maybe we've seen it on Instagram or something where it's like the little alien. The little alien where he's like, I think it was from Men in Black or one of the two, and he just looks all tired.
Yeah.
I'm up.
The one that was inside the head.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And so, just like being tired all the time, I don't know. Like, I don't know why I'm tired all the time. Like, I just either am busy with everyday life, or I don't know. Like, are you always tired too, or is that just me?
I have my days, but for the most part, I've got good energy, and I'm a coffee drinker. I'm a tea drinker, but I only typically do one a day.
Okay.
And
I do one or two. Yeah.
Yeah. I usually have a cup of coffee or tea, a couple hours after I wake up. I try not to do it right away. I get up in the morning and I try to wait about an hour. Like I'll usually have like orange lemon water. Like I'll have like a slice of lemon, little small one. It'll be hot, right? Or warm.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll take an orange peel and stick it in there too. And I'll drink that in the morning because I've read and heard that, when you wake up, you want to drink something warm instead of something cold. It's better for your insides.
So you drink something warm than something cold?
Rather than something cold to start. So like, drink up and have like ice water instead. Do like warm to like basically tea water without the tea in it.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know
so
that.
Like you can even do lemon honey water. That's what my wife does. She has lemon honey water every morning. The kids are starting to drink that now. Okay. They like having it in the morning.
What kind of honey? Just like regular honey or like agave or?
Yeah, local honey, because local honey's, the allergens and stuff like that. The bees pick that up. So it kind of helps with the allergies.
Okay.
But yeah, I usually, like I said, get about 6-7 hours a night. I drink caffeine earlier in the day rather than late because I don't want it to disrupt my sleep.
Yeah.
So I do a pretty good job at that. If I exercise in the morning, I find that I'm more tired by the end of the day. Probably because you give yourself a nice boost. But I could work out any point in the day. I try to get out in the sun, according to like guys like Andrew Huberman, who's a neuroscientist.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He's like, or yeah, I think it's a neuroscientist. He's really good at what he does. He's great. He's written papers. He's published. He's got his own podcast, and he talks about the importance of getting out in the sun, like direct sunlight for at least 5 minutes a day. It kind of helps your body like reset. You know, your body needs it. So I try to do stuff like that. Generally, my energy is pretty stable. But like if I have like Zyrtec when my allergies are bad the night before, I'm zonked. Like if I have it too late, I'm zonked the next day.
Man.
Now that said, when it comes to nighttime, I try to hang, man. I can't. These last 2 nights, I've tried to play a game with the kids, watch a TV show. Within 30 minutes, 45, I'm out cold.
Yeah.
I fell asleep playing video games, man.
Oh no.
I was out.
And it's probably like you probably went past out on the cutscene or something.
I think so.
Like,
to be honest with you,
you're like getting hammered off. So you're like, oh, the game started. Yeah, no, it's I know. That's for me. I think when I was playing with my son last night, playing 2K, and just getting. I was just sitting there, kept going out of bounds. Like, well, I keep sleeping and keep dipping on him. It's like, oh man, he's like, Dad, what are you doing? I'm like, my finger slipped. So,
my bad.
My bad. But yeah, yeah.
Well, and now this is more geared towards mental health. I was reading Very Well Mine, and it says, the article's called "We Can't Ignore Our Dad's Mental Health, Even If They Try to." Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that 3 out of 4 dads think there should be more mental health support for fathers. I agree with that 100%. I think a big part of what makes that so important is because even when you're mentally tired, it can make you feel physically tired.
Yeah.
We're under a lot of pressure. This article actually talks about, dads feeling pressure and feeling like they can't express their feelings.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I try to do with just as a parent with all my children, but I'll tell my son, especially because, we tell boys, suck it up a lot. I've even said it in certain situations to all my kids, just suck it up, deal with it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I always come back and I say, look, it's not that I don't want to hear what you have to say. It's not that you can't express your feelings right now. I just need you to do this thing, whatever the case may be, right? But that can live with us into adulthood and then live with us into parenthood. And I'm not saying that those are 2 separate things, but, especially parenthood, you get to this point where you don't express your feelings well. You carry this weight, you carry this burden, not physical weight, but mental weight, maybe physical weight too. The stress, people stress eat, which affects their weight. And then you're tired because you're slow, right? You're not feeling good. You just feel drained emotionally. So it makes you feel drained physically. Those things coincide with each other often.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Mental health. I didn't think much of it earlier in my parenthood life, just because it was more of just a routine type of thing. So when you get into a routine of go to work, come home, make dinner, or dinner's already good, and then of course you just hang out with the kids. So it's like a routine where in that mindset, you're just like, I'm doing the same stuff over and over and over again, a little bit of a monotony, things like that. And
rinse and repeat.
Yeah. And so now, you just got to have like, at least I say like a little mental break. So just have a little mental break of not doing certain things. So one of the things I do, at least for me, is go play video games. Just chill out for however long, for an hour at least, to get my mind away from certain things. And when it comes to mental health, that is very important to a men's body. And like you mentioned, you would think that the mental health stays up in your brain, but then it like neurologically for some weird thing goes through to your whole entire body, to where you're tired, to where you're letting yourself go, or you're letting your body feel a certain way, and then of course others see it and they're like, "Oh man, are you okay, Rich?" Yeah, I'm good. And then you, of course, during that time, you say you're good. You're like, okay, you're really not good,
but you're really not. You don't want people to worry about you.
Yeah, and so that's just how. And I didn't even, and plus with men, I can't speak for all men, but with at least for me, I try to hide a lot of things, hide a lot of my emotions, I hide a lot of my physical things. Like if I'm tired all the time, I try to stay up and suck it up. Where if I'm, and, you know what I mean? Like I do, I try to hide a lot of those things just so that I don't have no one, so that no one else is worried, have that burden on me. Like I don't want nobody to worry. I'm good. But then there's some things I'm not good. So yeah, it's just crazy. When it comes to something that you never realize, that's something huge.
Well, you and I have had these conversations on and off where it's like, man, I've had a long day. We do that often on Wave of the Few, sure. We'll break away from our normal thing, whatever that is. And then we'll talk about strictly what's going on with us. And it becomes, those episodes become more like group therapy in some ways, but done with the record button, and I hope that people can relate to what we each go through as individuals and share their stories and, help support us, right, in whatever we're going through at times. And that's what I hope Dad Mode brings to the table. That's why we're talking about this topic. This topic in particular meant a lot to you because you've been making some lifestyle changes behind the scenes. And I'm proud of you, man. I mean, it takes a lot. And we as people, obviously, but especially as parents, more specifically dads, we need that support system. You always see on the TV shows, or often, maybe not as much these days because I don't watch a lot of TV, so I don't know. But I know when you and I were younger, there were shows and movies that made fun of men for doing stuff like that. What are you, a bunch of women?
Yeah.
What are you guys sitting around talking about your feelings for?
Yeah.
And it's like, how many men have had the weight of the world on their shoulders, especially fathers, and have ended it? And I'll leave it at that, because they felt the world was too much.
Yeah.
They couldn't make their problems smaller and tackle them one block at a time. It just, the weight, they crumbled underneath it, And I think as dads, we have to, if we're single dads, lean on family, friends, counselors. When your children are able to understand certain things, be honest with your children. Obviously, be honest with your wife if you have one, right? Or a girlfriend, significant other, partner, or non-title. I don't know, undeclared.
Exactly.
But don't be afraid to be vulnerable at their level. You said this last episode, talk to them at their level, but to let them know, hey, look, Dad's going through some stuff right now. Dad's had a rough day. That's what I'll say. Like, I don't give him all the gory details, but say, look, man, I've had a long day, and right now I don't have the energy to deal with X.
Yeah.
Please do as you're told. Now, if you're fortunate, the kids understand it. They leave you alone. If your kids are younger, why?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's
Why?
crazy because and for me, when my kids see me go crazy, not crazy like throwing but when they see like a non-good dad mode, I guess if that's a saying, they're
Yeah.
concerned to where it's like, is dad all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. Or that they see me as like, yeah, he ain't all right. He's either going through some things, and when I see it on my kids thinking that or see it in their face, and they're just, that's when I'm like, oh, because there's some things I've done because of certain things, and I got a rage. I'm not gonna lie about it, and it's just one of those, you know, things that are inside you that you have to let out, and you don't want to let it out on the wrong individuals.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like hard because I was like, man, like this is, I punch holes in my walls because of certain things and did things like that, and it didn't look good. Like I felt it like, oh man, like this isn't not good for me. Like I don't like how I'm becoming. And a lot of that is to mental health because we hide a lot of our emotions. At least I did. Now I'm starting to be more vocal and express more of my feelings, towards people in my corner, from my wife to you to friends here to parents to anybody that, to where you get it out. You got to get a therapist. Like that's one thing that I had, I mentioned to you before, I went to a therapist to talk about my feelings, and it's like, oh man, like, and I will say, if you do whatever you got to do to make yourself better. Like if going to a therapist works for you, cool. If not, then just, do whatever you can to help yourself mentally. Cause that's something that is that's going to affect you, and from being a good dad. And yeah.
Well, we owe it to ourselves. We owe it to the ones we love. We owe it to the people that we interact with. We owe it to a certain degree, like I would even say our community, like our neighbors, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that falls into the people that we interact with. But we owe it to them to be honest. We have to be honest with ourselves and say, this isn't working.
Yeah.
You talk about raging and man, don't apologize. It's a human emotion, man. You feel bad. You feel bad that it happened, but you're every second, every minute, hour, day, week, month, year, decade, etc. Every moment, unit of measure of time going forward, we are learning something new. We can't go back, right?
Yeah.
We're always moving forward. All we can
That's
do
a very good point.
is be better than we were a minute ago.
Yeah.
5 minutes ago, 5 days ago, 5 years ago. All we can do is just do our best to try to be better and to learn from those situations. I've got a bad temper. People always, oh man, you're so positive. You're so like, oh, you're so upbeat. I'm like, I'm mad a lot.
Yeah.
I'm mad a lot. I've just learned to not take my frustrations out on other people and direct them where they need to be directed.
Yeah.
If I've got a problem with you directly, I'm not going to go scream at your wife. I'm going to settle that with you. Hey man, I got a bone to pick with you. And here's the thing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's how it's going to go down.
Yep.
If I'm mad with myself because of a mistake I made, why would I punish my children or my wife?
Oh yeah.
That's not their fault. That said, when it comes to mental health, not talking about the things that are bothering you are detrimental to yourself, because then it weighs you down and it stresses you out and it makes you angry, and then you lash out, and you can scare people.
Yeah.
You
And I
know?
know earlier in parenthood, that's where at least I feel it could really affect you with your
Yes.
mental health, and when it's especially when you're inexperienced and you are, I mean, not only just inexperienced, but when you are hopeful that things are going to go right. Expectations, like we talked about last episode, talk
Right.
about like you expect things to happen your way because of your prior experiences with your family, as far as how you were raised, thinking that everything's going to be all easy. No, it's not going to be easy because certain times are different. This day and age is a little bit harder to parent compared to back in the day when you were getting switches and everything, so it's like,
Yeah.
this is you can't really do certain things like that now. But other than that, it's and earlier in parenthood, it can be bad. It can be to where the kids, they'll pick at you, like they know they're gonna set that boiling point up
That's
there
their job,
to
man, to
harm.
work our nerves.
Yep, exactly.
Yep,
And it's something
absolutely.
that, now it's like, we're going to test your mental health. We're going to test you to see how much I can get away with. If I can get away with a lot of this stuff, cool, I'm going to keep doing it. Yep, exactly. Get the fight
Just keep
scripts and
on
just keep,
twisting.
yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
keep
And
on
so,
twisting.
oh man, that's yeah, I mean, that's and I will say, for fathers that are about to have babies, this is the episode you can listen to, that when it comes to your mental health, we're not going to say that when it's going to come, but there's going to be a time where it's going to be least expected, to where you're going to be thinking to yourself, man, when my kid is like really good. All right, cool. Well, there's going to be a time where they're going to test you. They're going to test your
We
patience.
talked about it in an early episode, man, like one of our first 2 episodes. To make sure you're taking that time for yourself. You have to.
Yes.
You have to. And if you don't want to be alone because you got harmful thoughts and the mental part of it is that bad, then if you got a significant other, let them know. They're not the person that you need to talk to. Find that person that can keep you straight and hold you accountable. Please.
Yeah.
Think of the kids. Please think of the kids. Think of yourself. Give yourself a chance. Now, we're coming up on the top of the hour here, the next 15 minutes or so. So I want to make sure.
That was quick.
It does go by quick, man. I want to make sure we talk about, the physical aspect of this.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, we got to talk about the physical part. Because you don't want to have when you get older, your body changes a lot. So that's one thing I didn't realize, especially when it's like, oh, I got a good high metabolism. It's like,
not for long.
Exactly. I can eat like 5 slices of Moose's 2 for your favorite pizza in Texas, and then, be able to poop it out and still be the same. Nope. It's like, no, it's going to, now it's like, we're going to linger in here for a little bit, and, and then all of a sudden we'll poop it out a little bit. But now it's like your metabolism is like, your metabolism is like not there like it used to be. Yeah. So I will say that it's important to exercise so that you can lose those, however, carbohydrates or calories and things like that. I'm not a nutritional nut, but yeah, it's one of those things where you
listen to your doctor.
Listen to your doctor. And that's one thing too, is when you are older, or when you're getting older, or if your body feels as if there's something wrong, don't hide it. Like, go see somebody to go check it out. Like, that's something that I went to go do. I went to a physician, or not a physician, but a wellness, get my wellness exam to see how I'm doing. And that's something I never did before, as far as previous earlier life of parenting. Now that you are, when you get into that 35 to 45 age range, those are the most important times to be more physical when it comes to having your body in, I wouldn't say tip top shape, but at a manageable level, so that when you are, when you are going, when you're getting older, to where you're like in the 60s and 70s, at least for me, that's my goal, is to see my kids grow I want to see my kids grow. I want to see my kids flourish and excel, and I want them to. I want to see where they're at, and so that's why you gotta stay in really good physical health.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, I want to try to live as long as I can.
Mm-hmm.
So I exercise and I watch the things that I eat. Now, don't get me wrong. I am far from a perfect eater, but I do eat. We definitely eat healthy food for the most part. I would say 85 to 90% of the time we're eating healthy. Maybe 95. I don't know. Probably like 85, 90. But the point is, vast majority of the time we eat healthy. But we got our vices. We like our snacks. We like our donuts. We like some candy.
Question for you. I got a question for you. Do you, when you are in the house, eat healthy, but then when you outside the house, you're like, oh man, I'm going ham and everything. Like, I ain't around the kids. I'm gonna go and eat McDonald's. I'm gonna go eat Jack in the Box. I'm gonna go eat Round Table.
No, I honestly, we don't crave fast food like that.
That's good.
When I eat out, like I think the biggest thing I'll eat that's fast food or the most common thing might be Chick-fil-A.
No, don't say that. My wife, she loves that place.
Chick-fil-A, I mean, it's, if I want to get healthy, then I'll just get like the grilled chicken sandwich. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I might do that. But we'll get Cane's, some chicken tenders from Cook Shack or something like that, some Chinese food. Yeah. But pizza. But these aren't things that we eat all the time. This is like 7 days a week. We probably eat out 2 to 3 meals a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So then that's just, hey, you know what? I don't feel like doing dinner. You know what I mean? Or we got a late start, or we have a spot that we like to go for breakfast tacos. You know what I mean? We'll snatch up some breakfast tacos from the taqueria, you know? So,
yeah. Exactly.
I don't really crave any places. Like I can't even remember the last time I had McDonald's. I don't eat McDonald's. I don't eat Whataburger. I don't eat a lot of red meat to begin with. So, I don't go to In-N-Out. Yeah.
Do you show that practice in your do your family, like eating certain things? Like, say for instance, you don't eat a lot of red meat, pork, things like that. Do you educate your family on that? Or you just let them do what they want to do, kind of deal?
Within reason. The kids always want cheeseburgers. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to let you get like 5 cheeseburgers in a week. But now that my oldest is taking her health a lot more seriously for basketball, she's eating out a lot less. And now my younger daughter is kind of following suit too. They're like really serious about their diet. My son goes to a school where like it's called a farm school. So they've got, they raise the stuff that they're going to eat there at the school. So he eats healthy quite a bit. And so naturally it's crazy. This kid, kids will come up and go, oh man, let me get them Doritos. And he's like, hey, can I have a carrot? I'm like, what? Of course you can. So, I mean, it's cool. Now I tell them things like you shouldn't eat super late before bed. Like we ate dinner, in my opinion, way too late tonight. It was like 7 something.
Mm-hmm.
My eating window, and I say eating window because I do intermittent fasting. I usually in the wintertime, I try to eat between 11 and 7, 11:30 to like maybe 7:38. When I first started, I was strictly 12 to 8 or 1 to 9 on a bad night. Every once in a while, 11 to 7, but that's that little window there that I eat in. When it comes to the kids and snacks, we let them have their snacks. They're kids, So we want them to enjoy stuff because what you don't want to do is make something sacred, because then they go and they leave the house and they get older and it's like, I'm going to eat all the bad stuff that I couldn't when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So we're like, hey man, I mean, go ahead and have that peppermint patty. That's all sugar. Go ahead, have it. You can't have it before bed. You can't have it right when you wake up. But you want to have a Tootsie Roll? Okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah. Well, about 5 minutes into the end of the episode, and I will say that we had this dedication, and we talked about you coaching your daughters, and I want to give my dedication to all the dads, including you, coaching the kids when it comes to, especially when you did, of course you didn't know if you wanted to at the time, but now you're like, this is your passion. Now it's like having all the dads out there coaching the kids. I mean, I went to the gym today and I saw fathers with their children coaching their kids. I was there coaching my kid, being there with him too, but just seeing all the dads out there just coaching their kids, not only just from basketball or sports, but in life. And that's something that I want to, at least we at Dad Mode want to show our dedication to, if you agree with me on that, just as far as just having that dedication out there to all those dads out there that are coaching their kids.
Spending time with your kids, putting in the work, whether it's on the court, on the field, in the classroom, playing chess, reading together, showing them how to change a tire, change their oil, showing them how to cut the grass, what the difference between a bush and a shrub is.
Yeah, exactly.
But
how to open up a can of beans.
Oh, right. Teach them how to cook. Yeah, man.
Yep.
Difference between coffee and tea, whatever it is, but dedicated to the dads who are putting in the work, spending time with their children and doing the things that, these are things we're supposed to do, right? But just because you're supposed to do it doesn't mean it happens. And, it'd be easy for a parent to pay for a child to just go get basketball lessons or tennis lessons. Mm-hmm. But if you know a little something about the game, go spend time with them. Hey, man, you're into cars? Really? I'm in the cars. Really? Let me show you something.
Yeah.
Then the dad takes his son or daughter out there, or maybe both, and shows them, show them around the engine a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool, man. I love hearing that. Hearing that.
Yeah, exactly. And I will say, if you don't give up either, when it comes to those dads that feel as if they don't have a relationship with their children, don't ever give up on that. Just at least try, keep going, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But, you at least know that you love your children the way you want to love them, and hopefully that they'll love you and that what you're doing with them. But, man, half the battle, dude, is just being there. Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
You may not understand everything that they're into, but I mean, you're there. You're showing your support. You're smiling. Sometimes you smile and nod. I didn't say that out loud. If any of you know me, you tell my kids that, I'll lie in your face.
Smile and nod, boys.
Smile and nod. Smile and nod. Sometimes my 5-year-old just gets going. I'm like, I don't know what this dude's talking about.
Yeah.
But he's happy. Okay.
Yeah, he's happy. That's how it goes. As long as they're happy.
And now my man is, but one thing as a total aside, one thing I try to do is just make sure I ask him questions to make sure I got a little bit of it. I'm like, hey, really? Why'd they do that? I'm like, I still don't understand, but I'm trying. I'm really trying. Hey, look, I know we're cutting it close here, but I really want to get your take on the physical health before we jump off here, because I kind of got to the talking on that, and I really wanted to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to physical health, I think a lot of it is common sense, and it's like my dadism earlier. It's just common sense. Like, you want to be physical and you need to be physical, but I guess you need to be physical mainly just because, you don't want to have it to where you're not doing anything. Because if you're not doing anything, then you're going to just you're going to feel a certain way. And, and I guess I will say, when it comes to that, just don't overdo it. Take your time. It's not going to come in at once. Make sure you're going to want to do it compared to not wanting to do it. So yeah, just physical. That's I think it's all about common sense on physical health. For me, just don't overdo it, but do it. As far as still be active, still be still do the necessary things to get those things done. Go see if you have anything that's going on with your body. Go talk to someone. Go talk to a doctor. Certain the age groups that are out there that at a certain age that you have to do certain things, if you know what I mean. 40s, you got to do certain things.
Right.
Same. And then I will say,
colonoscopies.
Yeah. Okay. You said it, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a part of life.
Exactly. And so, and then another thing would be when your family history. If you have like a long family history about certain things, so when it comes to lung cancer, or 'cause that's what my family has, is this lung cancer all across the board. Like whatever they go through. That's unfortunate on my end, but if you have a certain element in your family, just think about those things. Like be more knowledgeable about your physical health as far as what is in your family history too. Just take a look at those things and ask questions. Make sure you ask questions, because if you don't ask questions, then you're never going to know the answer or whatever's going on in your body. And then of course, like, check out your body. Don't think everything is all good. There could be something in there that is something is going on that's going bad that you don't know what's going on.
Your body.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's my take on physical health. It's got to do it. Got to take care of your body.
So it sounds like, from what, if I'm understanding you correctly, if you're able to and you're thinking about it, go out and get your exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Go talk to your doctor to make sure you don't have any underlying issues. Get your physical checkups.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm missing something here.
No excuses. Like no excuses.
Oh, you said take it easy. You said take it easy.
Well, yeah.
So
when you
don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. Start slow.
Yeah, start slow. I mean, we don't plan on you going out there looking like Terry Crews or anything. Like going out there and trying to make you pec, your pecs muscle, whatever move. It's like baby back.
Oh
anyway.
My gosh!
But
got your tickets to the gun show.
Exactly. But yeah, just that's my take on physical health. I mean, I know, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing I'm going 3 days a week.
Good for
on
you.
a schedule. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then of course but I'm doing a lot more cardio than I am weight training. And just because I need to get my heart rate up and all those things. So, yeah.
As a person who's been consistently doing this for the last few years, my advice to you is, what you said, start slow, work your way up, but change your regimen, change what you do. Don't always do strength training. Don't always do muscle. Don't always do endurance. Don't be afraid of things like ankle weights and wrist and resistance bands. I use resistance bands often.
Yeah,
I've actually got them in the drawer, off camera down there, and I come and attach them to this door and that door. And sometimes I don't feel like going outside, so I'll be on a lunch break at work, take those resistance bands, and I'll do like a couple 100 pounds of pressure doing that. I'll do the curls. I recently bought ankle weights to help my daughter train her legs, because we don't really have anything to strength train legs. So I figured if I put her ankle weights on, she could do leg raises, right? And things of that nature. And I just said, well, crap, let me start trying them too.
Yeah.
So now I'm doing that. But I mean, don't be afraid to just try anything. I mean, shoot, man, I'm starting to look at doing yoga.
Okay.
Just like all kinds of stuff. Just you gotta trick your body. You can't let your body get used to doing something, because we can all say, I'm going to the gym, and we go through the motions and we do the same thing.
Yeah.
Same things over and over. And it's no longer beneficial. You're just going through the motions. So yeah, man.
You're like missing that, when you're missing that certain part of your body, you're not working out, but then you're working everything else out. Yeah, that's working out the IT band. I didn't think that was a thing. That's what I'm having in my leg is my IT band, and it's like, oh crap, like you gotta keep working that out. Like so that's you use a resistance band and do the little.
Is that what makes you better at computers?
IT band, yeah. Never mind. Got it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
him.
you got me good. You got him.
Oh, dude.
That was a good one.
Hey,
That was a
man,
good
you
one.
know what, though? The cool thing is like, as you progress and you're working out, you're going to feel great. You're going to look great. You don't look terrible. So, let's let me be clear once again. I'm not saying you look bad. I didn't say you look good either. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, I know, right? And once I
But
get
no,
that,
man. You're looking good, man. And just wait. When you go to Cars, is it still Cars or is it Safeway now?
now it's Cars / Safeway. It's all the same. Or Albertsons.
You go up to Cars, go up to Albertsons. You got your bag of food in hand. You got your card ready to go. And you're going to be like, you're going to come back home. You look at your wife. She's like, what's that smile about? You'd be like, yeah, I don't mean to brag, but cashiers are always checking me out.
Oh, and I was going to say part of that physical, I meant to say, that's a good thing you brought that up is, when it comes to being physical, you want to definitely be physical for the loved one, if you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, you
for
want
the night culture.
Yeah, exactly. Be able to get, and that's one thing is like a lot of females will say, oh, I like you, I like the way you look, oh, the way you are, I love you for who you are. Nah, I mean, they want you to take care of your body. Like,
oh yeah,
at least,
at
least that's how I see it is they want you to definitely take care of your body because they like the way you looked when you first gave birth, but
I would say most women, some women don't care.
Yeah. Some women.
Let's be fair. Let's be fair. Some will be like, look, as long as you're still the good person that you were, I understand that things happen in life.
Yeah, so exactly.
We can't all look skinny and 20 years old. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, other than that,
all right, broski.
You want to do a dad moment? Are you good? Or
my dad moment is being proud of the work my oldest is putting in basketball.
There you go.
She's killing it, and my younger daughter for the work she's putting in at school. She got an award. Her school mascot's the Jaguars, so she got Jaguar of the Week.
Okay.
So she gets to do a walk. Her school's they have to wear uniforms at her school. So she got a whole free week or a week of free dress. They had her walking all around the school while all the kids clapped. They had all that. So it was like basically representing all the school's core values. And then my son, for everything that he's learning and just like repeating and actually knowing what he's talking about. He came home and he's like, oh, hey, Dad, look, that's a sight word. And I'm like, 5 years old. I was like, yeah, man. Like he's coming home and he's breaking it down. And he's like, hey, Dad, this. I'm like, dang, dude, you're really paying attention in school. So
that's
what about
good.
you?
That's good. Yeah, I mean, mine is this. My daughter, she is very, very, man, I can't think of the word. She's an entrepreneur. And so she is she's been making these rings and out of beads and bracelets, and she's out there hustling, out there selling these things in their elementary school. And so I got a message from her teacher saying, hey, I see that she's selling these things in her school. Does she want to do the school I think it's like a sale off, I don't know what it's called, but anyway, where you can sell things there, like a flea market or whatever per se. Yeah. And so it's like, yeah, she's definitely, so just to see her have that entrepreneur at 10 years old, like that's really awesome. Like just, I didn't.
That's cool.
That's awesome. And of course, like my son sticking to the basketball, like he's really sticking to it, because earlier in life, he was into this certain things like anime, and then of course dinosaurs, and then Ninja Turtles and all these things. And now he's just like exclusive basketball, and it's awesome that he's committed to it to where he's wanting to go to the gym. I mean, he's in his room right now, not right now, but playing basketball with the little door hoop thing and just keeping that in his mind to where that's what he wants to do and having that commitment. So just seeing that my kid is committed to something, that gives me chills. So yeah,
that dude, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But hey, you could find me everywhere at Eat and Talk. Where can they find you, bro?
M2Mania20 on Instagram, Facebook, maybe X, I don't know, or Twitter. I haven't used that thing for a while, but
on the tweets.
Yeah, I don't know why they changed it. But anyway, yeah, that's where you can find me at.
And you can find us at Dad Mode Pod on all the things. We appreciate your love, your support, your ears. And with that, we're going to say peace.
Peace.